All right. Yeah, this camera is nearly out of battery. But it doesn't matter because we finished the scene with the Invid agent just before the bridge scene. So we've scene one. This was scene one in the movie. Just in case you wanted, it's sort of the prologue before the credits. But there isn't really a prologue before the credits because it's a 45-minute two-parter. It's on the end of the other one. So yeah, Robotech. The Shadow Returns. This would have been Shadow Rising, of course. Shadow Returns and the Shadow Children are Shadow Rising. So this is the script that never got out, and I'm filming it because they're not doing it. So yeah, so I'm filming it. So I'm giving you what Shadow Rising would have been about. Of course, I've taken my own take on it. I've changed it considerably. I added Hadon and made him a guy, and that made more sense, and did all that other godlike stuff. It's back at the Space Bridge and into the Circle, and tied that in, making it more like End of the Circle, the Masek books, the Jack McKinney books. Yeah, so it's indistinguishable from magic. Yes, that's actually Arthur C. Clarke. Threw that in there. Yeah, the late Arthur C. Clarke. But yeah, step into being. And the other quote about I will step into being, and then I will just be. Seems like it's Thanos from Marvel and then the universe from Marvel, but it's actually like a corrupted Bible phrase from Linsenbart. It's a corrupted Bible phrase, stepping into being and snap. That's where Marvel got it. It's a Bible phrase. So yeah, what would happen if God returned and just decided, boop, the rapture, basically. So yeah, it's Revelation in the book of Daniel. Anyway, so in this scene, they're meeting the Transformers demigod that's higher up than the Steresians and the Robotechs and the Masters and everyone else. But he also knows the Transformers and all of them, and he's Prima, the universal creature that allowed all the space bridges and stuff to happen. So they basically knocked a hole into the future in the galaxy, and staring back at them is the face of their god. Because I thought that would be cool. Now he's going to fight the Darkness guy at some point, because that's right out of the original Trans. That's right out of Trans. So this is sort of a remix of the Trans that was not used in the Trans tech of the 2000s. So this is Trans. So this is the stuff that wasn't used. Although we did have a scene between Light and Darkness fighting. We had Unicron fighting the Primes. Similar. There's no Unicron in this one, though, just because that's a little too much. I do reference him, though. So that already happened, I guess. And he's not in the Earth. I don't know what Michael Bay and Transformers Prime are thinking. That's dumb. He could have put a ship inside the Earth or something, but he's not the Earth. No. He's a planet outside in the galaxy, in the story, in the continuity. Ties into the comic books a little bit. Well, yeah, so this is actually a Galvatron. Galvatron Megatron from Transformers Cybertron? And Energon? I think it's Energon, yeah. Energon Galvatron. And he's basically Power Master Galvatron. Remember Tim Timonus and Tim Cantrell looking at this guy on the desk years ago and going like, okay, that's overkill. Next to him was God Ginrai Optimus Prime. Really overkill. Oh, like this guy is God Ginrai Optimus Prime. He's like Power Master, but double Power Master. Ooh, Mr. Tings. Ting, ting, ting. It's pretty silly. I showed off Night Racer earlier. What's it? Night Racer Bumblebee. Because apparently back in the 90s, after the BotCon thing, some of the fans on the channel on alltransformers.com, I was there too. Yeah, that's where I got the copies from. Not under my real name, of course, but I was there. But yeah, some of the trans stories ended up on there. Yeah, so um, but yeah, Night Racer. They were convinced that the fan called Raksha had created it. She didn't. It was a character in Transformers in the comic books at that point in the Marvel comic book continuity. And there was a toy. There was a G2 toy that was a Bumblebee, and it was just black with gold on it. And I remember that. I've got that toy somewhere, buried in those boxes somewhere. That was actually a Transformer. I didn't go to BotCon '98, but I did have, which was a slightly improved version of that. But I do have the original one somewhere. I think maybe I don't know. It's kind of like Goldbug, but it's in reverse. It's sort of a little Goldbug, like yeah. It's a black and gold in reverse, black Goldbug. But it's cool that Michael Bay did a homage to that, because clearly they recognized that BotCon character and thought, yeah, let's do that, like a stealth Bumblebee. But it's Night Racer, because that's what it was. Bumblebee is in this Night Racer. She's in this, so yeah. So if the fan person Raksha is still out there, go, oh, cool, Night Racer, great, awesome. But it's not the fans. It's the Bayverse one, but it's still cool looking. So yeah. But yeah. Sure. A couple of stealth Bumblebees came out. So, including the one in. They had another version of her in as a stealth Bumblebee, fighting Stinger in Transformers: Extinction. And of course, Mark's Cards and I joked that we were on the set of that movie, and that's why his name was used as the hero, and I was the bad guy, Attinger. Attinger is in this, incidentally, and I've given him another voice that you will find hilarious. Jeff Goldblum as the space god is hilarious, because Jeff Goldblum. Of course, he'd be the space god. I mean, this is the guy that played the Fly and the Grandmaster. And he was the contactee in Independence Day, who turned out to be gay in the second one, Independence Day 2. They never addressed that in the first one, so is it continuity? I don't know. But yeah. And turned out to, yes. But yeah. Anyway, so this was a filming night. This was September 8th, 42 years of Star Trek to do a Robotech thing. We weren't doing any Star Trek tonight, but it does mean we can do Star Trek. Yeah, so we'll try to get this story in the can before they try with other experiments in the studio that don't involve me. And then, yeah. But before that, I will get this done and in the can. So this is day one, and I did a lot of it. Did a whole lot of it. The rest of it's pretty much they're in the realm again at the end. It's a different realm anyway, and the Transformers are there too. But most of it's on the Earth, on the Earth planet. In there, well, it's a set, but yeah, they're just talking. But it's an interesting discussion, figuring out what's going on with the Robotech timeline being all messed up. It's basically sort of a Quantum Leap / Sliders story. Kind of. Yeah, with them trying to figure things out in this other universe, sideways universe. A little bit like Lost. But they know they're there. It's not like it's in Lost where they just said, oh, we can't think of an ending, so we're going to go in this other universe. No, it's a joke. So the joke is that they're in this other universe. And it happens to be the Bayverse. So, so it's canon with the Space Bridge. Yeah. Ew, and Unicron is not in the Earth. I don't think they even addressed that. That's just really dumb. But yeah. Yeah. So the tape's running out.